Swazdolatano, welcome to another video here on the channel. Now, today, it is the day, a week after the Veilbreaker update. Hotfix number 3 is out, bringing with it the Veilbreaker weekly missions, but those will come in the next video because they're very spoiler bound, and this video, no spoilers. I've disabled spoilers, so watch to your heart's content. Right, the Prime Vault has been closed for good. Zephyr and Chroma have been vaulted once again, and that is it now. The Prime Vault is no longer a thing. Nothing has come out of it, because it is now coming out in a different format. The return of Prime Resurgence is here. Some of you may recall the first time Prime Resurgence came out. I know I certainly do. I know how many arguments it led to with other people. I know how much of an issue it caused. I know how many hours I spent on the game during that time. I know how many nights I stayed up very late during that time. Prime Resurgence was very stressful. They have changed it. You used to only have a week to get all of the stuff that you wanted. You will now have a monthly rotation, making Prime Resurgence that little bit easier. It is still quicker than the Prime Vault. So the Prime Vault, you would normally get 2 Warframes and their weapons. Those would be out for a period of about 3 to 4 months. You now will have 2 Warframes and their weapons each and every month. So you will have less time than the Prime Vault, but more time than the previous Resurgence. What makes Resurgence better is you're taking the RNG out of getting the relics. So what you used to have was you'd run a mission, you'd have RNG of what relic you would get. You'd then have the RNG of actually running that relic. RNG is cut back a bit by Resurgence, where you buy the specific relic you want. That takes out that element of RNG, and then you've just got the RNG of cracking the relic as well. If anything, it kind of removes a little bit of a gambling element, shall we say, because DE have been using the old mechanic of Prime Vaults, and a lot of people complain about that in terms of you got to pay to get the relics or play to get the relics. Then you might not get the relics you want, so you got to continue going till you get the relics you want, and then you might not even get the part you need. Well, now you can just go straight and get the relic you want and then run that. So how do we get those relics, and what relics are out now? Well, you get the relics from Vazia Dax. She is still here. She is still very much ticking away. She's pretty much the last Dax at this point after Teshin is gone. So the thing is where can you find all the Prime Resurgence things? Well, you can get them at Maru's Bazaar. You can go to your Void Relic table and go direct to Maru, or to Vazia in Maru's Bazaar, or you can just go to the market now. A lot simpler. Still works pretty much the same way, but you can now buy some new things. So you can get 5 Void Traces for 1 ire. Not very good if you ask me. You can still get 5 Ducats for 1 ire. Again, really not worth it. Regal Ire is back, so you can buy things with your Regal Ire if you want to spend real money to get some of the cosmetics, or just buy the packs straight up. And the weapons that are back, we have on permanent rotation the Burston, the Bratton, the Fang, and the Lex Primes. Those 4 are back. The first rotation, however, brings, as you can see, Equinox and Wukong, and what comes with those? So, we have the Zouge Prime, the Ninkondi Prime, the Stradivar Prime, and the Thibodeau Prime. Alongside those, the cosmetics is, as you can see, a couple of nice Syandanas, Kubro Bundle and Armour Set, some lovely Noggles. And then, as well, you've also got the permanent access to a couple more Syandanas, Sigil, Sagatra, well, I'm sorry. This was supposed to be a spoiler-free video, and yet here they are in Prime Resurgence, which is access to anyone who plays the game, showing Operator Vias Prime accessories. DE, you've played yourself. They have literally put spoilers in something access to absolutely everyone. Well, regardless, how do you get Ire? Ire works exactly the same as it did previously. Now, this means that running your normal missions that drop relics, you have a chance to get Ire to then buy the relics you want. Personally, my advice last time is, it'll be the same this time. My advice is to buy, to go to Fortuna or Cetus and do bounties. You'll get a lot more Ire that way. And unfortunately, because the way that DE have made this game, spoilers have kind of slipped in here. So the way that you are seeing Fortuna will be very different if you have not completed the new war. So, unfortunately, kind of unavoidable, and I kind of hate DE for it. And I've just gone straight into the lift, straight out to the Valis, where I wanted to do a bounty, and I've now joined a randomer and not got a bounty. I really have messed this up. So, yeah, what you want to do is, whilst we load this up, Varzia Dax is back and more accessible than ever. Whether you choose to visit her in Maru's Bazaar on Mars, access her shop directly from your Orbiter's Void relic segment, or discover her wares through the in-game market. In addition to the current Prime Resurgence rotation, a wealth of additional items are always available to earn or purchase from Varzia. We're going to just skip straight back to Fortuna because I do not want to be on public for this video. Path to Primes. Well, you can instant access, as I say, you can buy your Eagle Ire for real money. Those do now come with Platinum, so they did add Platinum to those bundles. You then take your Eagle Ire there and you just buy things directly. Or you can earn in-game for free. So, you earn in-game for free, you earn your Ire, you find that in locations where Void Relics drop, as well as from bounties, and you can get it from purchased relic packs. So if you are like me and you're rank 5 with your syndicates, chances are you might buy relic packs. You do get Ire from those as well. You then bring that Ire to Varzia, you buy the Void Relics that you want, and then you can go run them to get the parts that you need to craft your primes. And thank God I have spoilers turned off, because that has just disabled a reasonable spoiler in this place, Fortuna. So we're just going to do the third bounty. Hopefully we'll get an Ire or two, so I can demonstrate. And we still ended up loading into a public lobby because I didn't change it. Brilliant! I'm so good at this. Anyway. Right. So, as I say, my Orb Valis will look very different to what some of yours might look like. So, you have been warned. So, important tip, if you are going to run bounties to farm Ire, you will want to try and get the bonus on every stage. If you get the bonus on every stage, you get an extra reward at the end, and that extra reward could be an extra Ire. And that could be the difference between getting 0 and 1 Ire in a bounty. So, you want your Ire, go for the bounty bonuses as well as just the bounty itself.
Number 1.
All right. check every single place.
The second cache. One more to go.
I know my way around this bounty like the back of my hand. I'll find all 3 of them.
You did that so fast they never even got to wake.
Honestly, these people think I don't know how to run a Fortuna bounty. I know where the caches are. I literally know all the possible spawn spots for these caches at this point. I ran these bounties so many times last time Prime Resurgence was a thing. Like, honestly, I think I sold my soul to Fortuna at that point. Well, Archwing Launcher it is. Straight over to the second point. And honestly, if someone in the comments tells me that I've just given spoilers by using an Archwing, I'm sorry, but if you're playing this game, watching this video, and you don't know what an Archwing is, then you need to get your priorities straight, because you probably should not be worrying about Prime Resurgence if you don't know what an Archwing is. Just food for thought. However,
Do you see it?
some other people might complain this is a spoiler as well. I'm going to use my Necromech. People aren't going to see that. No, they're not, because I'm going to do it directly.
It's down. Now crack the casing and plug me
No.
into the business.
I'm doing direct in and out. Right. No. Mystic. Mystic, you are on the mic right now and you are disrupting the video. They will not see that because I go directly between frame and mech. Nothing in between. Shh. So, a lot of people have actually asked me before, is the Prime worth it? Probably not. I'll be honest. The amount of work and effort and platinum people put into Primes, it's not worth that much. But, gives you something to do, gives you something to work towards, and it does give you slightly better stats. For example, the stats they have here, Wukong's base health is 150 on both base and Prime, but shield on base is 100, whereas Prime is 120. Energy on base is 120, whereas on Prime is 130. And armor on base is 250, whereas on Prime it's 275. So the stats are slightly higher base on the Primes without mods. So all in all, slightly stronger stats. Additional polarity slots as well will allow you to have slightly better mod configs without having to use as much former, I guess. But in terms of weaponry, I've seen people do better with the Mark 1 Paris than they have with the Paris Prime, so again, just throw that one out there. Don't put too much time into farming your Primes if you don't want them. This new system will take time. You need to farm the Ire to get the relics, to farm the relics, to get what you want. And whilst time has been cut in terms of the RNG, you've now got the time in farming the Ire, because you're not guaranteed Ire in like everything that you do. We only have a drop chance of getting it here. So, we'll see if we get any Ire from this bounty. I mean, it's a 5-stage bounty, and if we don't get any, I would be mildly surprised, but we shall soon see. Well, we've gotten some more spicy pepper. That's 2 stages done, and we got Kuva from both.
Files extracted, and they hardly laid around on that coil drive. Whatever it's carrying is all yours. Okay, Analyzing data.
Stage 3, locate the drone.
Drones are rich sources of corpus metadata. Just what we need. Go unlocked. Take it down and I'll see what it knows. One drone as ordered. Knock it down, Sparky. We gotta hack that thing. One hack coming up and then a quick teleport into our...
Not a lot of people know this, but on this stage where you need to kill reinforcements whilst defending the drone, killing the coil drives that are already here that aren't operational, that does count as a reinforcement defeated. So if you see any coil drives just sat there doing nothing, destroy them. It'll give you an extra enemy done. Gets the stage done a little bit quicker. Just make sure whatever you do not lose your precious drone. Right, we're making progress, but no enemies are spawning. As soon as I say that, these random teammates kill some enemies. I quite like the fact that these guys are helping me do a bounty yet have no idea they're on YouTube. Right. We've nearly done stage 3. We still have no ire yet. And if we get no ire from the bounty, I'm gonna cry. Right.
Bad guys are on the run. Feel free to pick off stragglers.
Well, we got Endo, but we've still not got any ire. Honestly, I think this video is going to prove my point very well in that Prime Resurgence is still very annoyingly time-wastingly infuriating. But we shall see.
Hey, Biz just had a word in my ear.
Stage 4.
VIP's a nobody, but Biz says he has access to sensitive info. Info we can use to wrap this mission up good and proper.
You gotta farm credits? Well, with the assassination target of finding credits, always go into the little side bunker that I'm in like right now, because that can give you up to like 200 credits. Always useful.
Got their attention. Keep it up.
Right. So what we've seen here, easy enough to do. Honestly, these bounties aren't hard, but it's just a case of will you get
Excellent.
ire,
Use those credits to
and there it is, stage 4 complete, 1 ire.
Next operation just covered a series.
Yes.
We're into the data structures.
We have our first ire of the new Prime Resurgence.
Give me a sec.
Music to my ears.
Sensitive information in this secured facility. Grab as much incriminating evidence as you can.
So,
Turn the tables on this level.
if we now go and do stage 5, which is capture the cases, and we don't want to let the locals capture a case. No, no, no.
First load's beamed in. Snatch it before the locals do.
These two cases are slightly too far away for me to get both at the same time. That is very annoying.
Another shipment. Move fast.
Right. Honestly, these bounties are easy enough to do.
Got it. We've got more coming
Just
in.
keep an eye on what you're doing, where your cases are, and you should be able to capture them and get it done. So, we've completed the bounty. Do we get another ire? Well, we've got a mod, but we do have a lovely bonus reward. We've got another ire. So, one bounty, 2 ire, took around about 15 minutes. 15 minutes, in fact, we can have a look. It says 13 minutes 20. So in about 13 minutes we've got 2 ire. That is 2 specific relics of your choice for what specifically you want. Overall, fair system. Potentially, you could get more ire from a bounty, but you could get less. So all in all, it's fairly balanced. But with that in mind, guys, that's a look at the return of Prime Resurgence. So I hope you guys found this video informative, enjoyable, and fun to watch. And I hope you found it helpful in your Prime Resurgence experience. But with that in mind, guys, thanks for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it. And I will see you all in the next one.